Hey guys, welcome to September's Are You Hardcore? We're here in the actual world and I am so ready to tell you what this month is all about. But the first thing you'll notice, of course, is that the sky has changed. Yes, we have a resource pack. As per usual, it'll load itself unless you're in multiplayer, so make sure you download it if you're in multiplayer in the description down below. This will only work. The sky will only work if you've got Optifine. And I think there's some settings somewhere in the video settings in quality or something. Yeah, custom sky. Make sure that's on in there. And then that should appear. That should all be working and normal. And I made this, by the way. The picture itself is adapted from a picture that's online. If you want to see the original picture, then if you look in the resource pack, I've linked to it. But yes, I had to do some stuff. I had to do some stuff to make this actually fit into a skybox picture. It is difficult to do. And considering I only had, well, I only took like an hour or two to put this together, and it is a difficult thing to do. I'm actually pretty impressed with how it turned out. It's not perfect. If you spend too much time looking at it, you'll realize that it's not perfect. But for what it is, I think it's, I'm quite, I'm impressed that it actually worked as well as it has done. All right, so that's that. I also recommend that you use the Rainy Day resource pack, which is one I created years ago. And I know several of you use it already, but I thought I would just recommend it because it really adds to the atmosphere, especially when there's anything weather-related happening. Just slight hints towards the theme this month, which we will find out very shortly. But yeah, I will link that in the description down below, if I remember. So make sure you go and get that as well. I do recommend it. It is very cool. By the way, it makes the rain sound so much nicer, and the thunder. It also retextures the rain just slightly to make it a little bit more see-through and grayer rather than bluer. It's just a nice. It is a nice. So yes, go and do that. You won't regret it. Right, I think that is the preliminary stuff. Let's just read around the room, shall we? Are You Hardcore is a monthly challenge, and you can stay up to date by following the Mob Cave on YT. That's YouTube. Created by the Mob Cave family. There we are. That is all of us. And over here, read the book for full details on the rules for this month and to unlock the Patreon hats and sword skins. Yes, of course, second month where we've got the sword skins, which you can customize right here. Hold sneak and use scroll wheel to customize sword. I recommend that before you customize the sword, you go and put in your Patreon password into here if you have one. Because then, at the moment, I don't have a Patreon password put in, and it says in the middle of the screen right now, Tier 3 Patreon password required. So if I try and let go, and I want a red lightsaber, boom, it sets me back to a normal sword because I don't have the password put in yet. So make sure you put in the password, then customize your sword. Unless, of course, you want the Tier 0, which is fine. There's me. There you go. The bandana sword. Righty then. Once everyone has clicked ready in the book, the challenge begins. Yes, this is a multiplayer game. You can play it in multiplayer if you wish. All right, in here. Are You Hardcore? September 2019. Cataclysm. Cataclysm. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Which might have something to do with the weather and the sky looking different. And a really loud car going past. Oof. What could it all mean? Join the Discord. Turn on recording reminders if you're one of these people, like me, who forgets to press the recording button every now and then. Click here to turn on Batty's Quartz Pack. That's very useful. Support us on Patreon. And here are some rewards if you decide to support us on Patreon, i.e. the sword skins and the hats. So yes, make sure you put those in. By the way, there's a Minecraft bug, nothing to do with what I've done. It is a Minecraft bug where the hat doesn't update after you've changed it. If I put myself into survival mode for a moment, something you can do, say you've clicked on the fez, and you should be wearing a fez, but it still appears as the hardcore hat. One thing that works for me, generally, is if I go to the sword and I shift it around a little bit, and then I go in here and I click on that, often it will update. If it doesn't, just relog. The moment you relog, it will remember. That is the clear fire way to fix the hat. If it doesn't appear straight away, just relog, and it will be fine. It will appear at some point during the map anyway, like it should appear during your first episode. But as I said, it's a Minecraft bug. I have tried to find workarounds, but it is just Minecraft things, unfortunately. Anyway, let us continue. Right, yes. And subscribe to stay up to date, of course. Let's find out what this month is all about then. So this month's rules. The world is being devastated by natural disasters, and you must find a way to survive. Okay, natural disasters. So, the kind of things that you can expect, the two main things that you can expect are meteorites coming down from the sky, which are, yes, that's something to behold, and also under the ground. Well, you know what, I'll tell you about that in a moment. Under the ground. There's something under the ground. You know that much, but it actually says something in the book, so I'll get there. But yes, the meteorites. Watch out for those. They will come down a lot. They're kind of scary, but something about this month, it is all to do with the atmosphere, but it might not be as difficult as you think it is. I'm not saying it's easy. You know, it's still a hardcore world, but if you're thinking, oh my god, Cataclysm, there's meteorites coming down and there are things under the ground, this is not for me, I can't do this. Think again, because I think it might be just right for you, because it is all about the atmosphere, hence the sky, hence the reason I'm recommending using the Rainy Day resource pack. It all goes into it to create a really cool atmosphere. All right. You must either build a bunker below Y50 to survive on the planet, or a spaceship to leave the planet for good. So there's your main aim. It is a building challenge, building and survival challenge. Either build below Y50, but wait, what did you say? There was something underground? What was that about? Or a spaceship to leave the planet for good. But wait, aren't there meteorites coming down? Oh. All right, onwards. Giant tunneling worms have come up from below the bedrock. Try to keep your distance if you hear them. All right, so underground there are giant tunneling worms. You can hear them from quite a distance away. You can hear them rumbling as they go past. By the way, I've created the AI for these from scratch. This is basically, it's like a mob that I have created in functions from scratch. It's pretty cool. Pretty happy. But yes, don't get too worried if one starts chasing you. You can't fight them. So you shouldn't worry. You can't fight them, so just try and get away. They won't chase you for too long, and if they do get you, you're dead. Just kidding. They will take a nibble, and then they will leave, all right? So they're nasty when you know, they're around, and especially when there are other things, but they're not just going to come around and kill you outright, so don't be too worried. But at the same time, if you hear one, you can't fight it, so run. Cataclysm. All right, so giant tunneling worms. There you go. Upon starting the challenge, you will be given a book with a list of things to think about including for your bunker or spaceship. Well, I've got it right here, so we can have a look at these right now before we get started. Is the sun going down? Yes, it is. Boop. Hello. Hello? Hello? Why can I not look in the book? What? Huh? Huh? That's weird. Hang on, I'm going to relog. I think it might not be in the position that it says it is. Yep, I've come back in and it's not in the position that it says it is. Let's put this over here and click it. There you go. Okay. Spaceship. Okay, so things to think about if you're building a spaceship. Fuel. So what's going to fuel your spaceship? Is it crystals? Is it potions? It could be whatever you want, but you've got to think about it. What could be the fuel for your spaceship? Space rations. What will you be eating in space? Weapons. Personal, so things to take with you, but also something to build onto your spaceship. You don't know if you're going to get into any battles out in space or whatever, so make sure you're defended if you're building a spaceship. And seeds and just general foods and stuff, because you know, you need to have food for the journey, but you also need things to plant when you get to a new planet. So yes, think about bringing things with you. Also, for the bunker, fresh water, a safe, uncontaminated water supply. Seeing as there's this cataclysm and there are giant worms and the world is ending around you, you're going to need uncontaminated fresh water to survive down in your bunker. Also, sustainable food. You may be down here for some time, so yes, you need to be able to eat what's underground. Air vents, that's an interesting thought. Are you going to have air vents and a filtering system so you can actually breathe down there? Something to think about. And another loud car. See? It's the theme for this month. Loud cars. Company and entertainment. So company like cats, dogs, foxes, horses, donkeys, anything you can think of. Something that you want to bring down with you, there with you. A llama. Who knows? And also entertainment. So books, games, music, whatever you can think of. Just something to keep you entertained whilst you're underground for a long, long time. Surviving the fallout and whatever is happening. Yes. And, like, you can mix and match as well. If you're going into space, you might also want to have, like, company with you and stuff like that. So these are just suggestions. So you don't actually have to include any of these things, but it's just food for thought, all right? Things that you could include. All right, back into the main book again. Aha! Concrete is the best protection against the giant worms. Yes, okay, so you cannot fight the worms. However, build in concrete, especially if you're doing a bunker or something underground. Concrete is the way to stop them. It will only affect them if they try and travel directly through the concrete. They might be able to work their way around it or something, but if you actually build in concrete and you stop them, that will stop them. So yes, concrete. There is the big tip. And you are allowed to sleep. Phantoms are off. So you don't have to worry about phantoms. You've got enough other things to worry about. General rules are as usual. So no cheating, blah, blah, blah. Eat what you like, blah, blah, blah. And if you're recording, post your first run. Feel free to play it again, but declare it as your X number playthrough. The challenge lasts 2 hours and 40 minutes. There are 20-minute notifications and a fanfare to let you know when you've finished. Good luck and have fun. Make sure that you're watching out for the chat, because it will tell you when those 20 minutes are. And it might also tell you other things as well, possibly, perhaps, I don't know. I do know. But yes, watch and read and stuff. And then click red there when you're ready. Also, what else? You can go to the Nether. You can go to the Nether. That is an option this time. But do be aware that you will still get meteorites coming down and giant worms. And the giant worms in the Nether might not restrict themselves to traveling underground. There may be flying worms. So, the Nether, dangerous place. However, you might want to go there because, hey, if you want to get potions or as some kind of fuel source or glowstone or quartz or whatnot, who knows? It is up to you. But yes, you can have a think about that. I think, is that everything? Is that everything? I think that's everything. Any other warnings that I could give you? Again, I just want to reiterate that it might seem really scary and impossible. It's not. It is all about the atmosphere. So honestly, give it a go because it is a lot of fun. And I do hope you enjoy it. It is not meant to be something that completely scares you out of your wits and you cannot survive in this world. I'm nicer than that. Honestly, I am. I'm not evil. I'm actually a nice person. Honest. I am decent. Yeah. Die to giant worms. Bye. If you're taking part, why not join the Are You Hardcore Discord to chat with other players and post your videos? Remember that you can support the Mob Cave on Patreon to receive even cooler hardcore hats. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.